Hi everyone, I'm Ben, and this is the Board Game Blueprint. This week, we're going to be taking a quick look at transparency in games and design and see how it might be used in some of your own. So let's jump on over to the table next door and see what we have in store. Perhaps some of the most popular transparent components or things that we see in the gaming industry are going to be cards. Yes, people have discovered a way to layer and use the transparent nature of cards in such a way to improve or really bolster gameplay. In this case, you might have certain icons covering up other ones, and maybe whatever is the most or top face up, whatever's revealed and uncovered is going to be the acting value or some such, as in the game of Gloom, in which you are trying to gain, I believe, the lowest number possible for your family members who have died, both macabre and rather hilarious. Another recent example of such a game is Canvas. And this game I have not unsleeved yet or kind of taken out of their pristine bagging for the reason that I just don't want to yet. But you can tell quite clearly that the different artwork is going to be layered or kind of transparently imposed upon itself, and you can even see, like, kind of way back, some curtains on another card. So in much the same way, in a kind of set collection manner, Canvas boasts these cards that you will name based on how you've layered them and create these stunning and captivating works of art. But another popular thing that we use transparency for is going to be baggies and, well, other containers too, including possibly deck boxes. That's right, the Game Crafter actually has 3 different sizes. The first is this, which is the 100 card box. Then there's the 150 card slider box, which is a little bit taller. And then there's going to be the 250 card box, which is double that, it looks almost like the 150 nearly, and it would be twice as wide per se. So why might you want a transparent box? Well, it's really interesting because you could use this to show off your game as you're carrying it around. I know that during the convention circuit, a few different designers will actually use clear baggies to house their games and prototypes in when they pass them off to a potential publisher after a successful pitch. And the reason why is that you can actually get some free marketing about what's inside, and also then instead of having to open up a box and take that extra time to do so, you can just clearly, quite evidently, see the contents thereof. So this is, again, my friend Caleb's game, Cornucopia. Horn of Plenty, I believe, yes. But there we have this used in quite a great way. And you could also even use custom stickers or labels. The instruction booklet would be seen through as well. So use that as a potential marketing aspect strategy even for one of your designs in the future. I did also want to feature one other deck box, which is this one here. It's slightly milkier than the pure clear, but it does have a divider on the inside, which is nice for separating out your different types of cards. So here we can find the hinge, and this actually recalls to mind an old idea I had, which was done with the Board Game Laboratory, where the back of the box actually collapsed all the way down, so to speak, or unfolded. So this is really cool to me, especially, that validates that idea. And then of course you can separate out your cards and things. Let me just go ahead and take a few out from here and show you exactly what I mean. The slider box in action. We have all these cubes, which you might separate, or just dump onto the table. So on one side like this, you could put all your cards on the other, and then you could put your instructions for one last kind of placement there. So once we close it all up, it's a nice tackle box size. Things will shake around, but the divider will keep things generally, I think, from slipping around, ooh, there we go, onto camera, into the other areas. So this is also a really, really nice sort of design here. And you know, I do feel like a little bit of protective layer, so maybe that can be removed and it'll be more clear than how it's presenting right now, but I'm totally fine with it being a little ghosty, a little milky. So that's kind of, I think, the final deck box size, at least that's somewhat clear at the very least, that we have available here. And lastly, perhaps the most popular transparent component that most people own, or it's very divisive as it turns out, is going to be transparent card sleeves. So these are pretty darn great to me for protecting your cards in the case of drink and snacks and whatnot, but also I guess it helps keep the edges from maybe fraying a bit more. But here's one other prototype tip that I've talked about before in the past and I don't think I've actually shown yet. So the idea is that on a transparent sleeve, you can actually write down a value that you wish. So let's say that, the graphic design had this here, your picture was there, there's like a text box here, and you've left certain areas for you to actually write in numbers later. So let's say it's like 4, and that's supposed to be a 5, but we'll just make it a 0. Now, with these transparent cards, or card sleeves, excuse me, you can actually draw over them with a dry erase marker to effectively erase what you've written down. So I'm wiping with my finger and nothing's happening, my thumb there, I guess a little bit is happening, but if we actually just scribble over it like this, yeah, and any color of dry erase marker will work. Cap that so the ink doesn't run out, and then we have our handy dandy napkin from before, and we'll just wipe the dry erase. Boom. As you can see, well, I guess the Sharpie does come off a little bit nice too, thank you, but most of it is actually from the marker, and that's because there's a special alcohol in dry erase markers that, as it turns out, yeah, it helps kind of, I guess, chemically. I'm not going to make up any of that stuff, but it helps erase Sharpie on your transparent card sleeves. So if you didn't want to be printing out numerous, an infinite number of prototype cards, let's say that you do really like the basic layout for your prototype for your playtesting purposes in person, but you're not so sure about the balance of the numbers, all you have to do is just get some transparent card sleeves, write in some values with the Sharpie, and then on the next test, if you feel like maybe the cost is too high, just go ahead and erase it with a dry erase marker, wipe it off with a napkin or a paper towel, and then you are good to go to keep testing, maybe even on the spot at the table right then and there. So really, really fun stuff with all of these transparent components. We had transparent card sleeves, and we had kind of transparent different boxes. We had transparent baggies, as you can probably imagine, and we had transparent cards themselves. So I really hope you enjoyed, this look into transparency, how it can come in many different forms in many different games, and how hopefully it could be used for your own purposes in the near future. I hope this video helped you see clearly how transparency can be used in innovative and creative ways. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and click that bell icon so that you can stay notified about when the next video goes up. As always, I'm Ben. This has been another episode of the Board Game Blueprint, and together, let's build something great.